guys. I'm trying something a little bit different today. I have my ultralight rod with me, small jigs, 1-inch scope minnows, and I've got a couple beetle spins with me as well that I may tie on at some point. But I'm at a different lake today than what I normally fish. It's a little bit smaller lake. There's no wind out here today. Doesn't seem to appear to be much wake on this lake, which is nice. Makes it a lot easier to fish that ultralight rod. But I'm back here in kind of just a backwater creek area, and I'm starting back here in the back of this creek, and I'm just gonna work the edges the best I can. I'm on foot. It'd be an excellent place to launch a kayak and fish with a kayak, but I don't have one with me. I'm on foot, so it might be a little bit challenging, where we're well into summer now. The banks are grown up in vegetation. It might be difficult to get to areas that I can access from the bank, but I'm going to do the best I can, and I think that if I can get down to the edge, down to the water's edge, I think with my ultralight setup I ought to be able to catch some fish out here today. So it's been a while since I've been doing very much fishing. I've been busy on the farm. We've kind of got caught up a little bit with the work that we had going on there. So I'm just out here wanting to get a tug on the line and try something a little bit different today. So hopefully, if things go the way I think they will, we'll catch a few fish and have a good time out here today. Uh-oh. There he goes. I found one. Tossed this thing right over the top of a branch down there and bit it right away, so maybe there's a few more down there. Small bluegill, but better than nothing. We're on the board. Well, probably missed that one altogether, but I ended up moving. I didn't spend a whole lot of time down where I was. I think it'd be a great spot to fish, but really it's better with a kayak. It's hot outside. It was going to require a lot of hiking, a lot of walking through big tall weeds, and there's that one, getting a bunch of snags and having to tie on a new jig every other cast. Man, my line, I might need to cut my line. It's been doing this the past few trips I've been out, kind of getting all tangled up. Just a mess. Anyway, I decided to move somewhere where I had more bank access. Unfortunately, the main body of the lake is very busy and there's a lot of people out. It's a weekend, got a lot of people out and about. But fortunately, missed him. This little, gosh dang it. I'm struggling, guys. This little side creek does not have anyone. Not having anyone hanging out in it, no one in a kayak, no one paddling around, no one fishing. So I came back here and found a few bluegill back here at least. But hopefully find a few more and find a few that are a little bit bigger than the ones I got over here. These fish back here by this little building seem to be real small, because as soon as my bait hits the water, it's getting hit, but they're not getting the hook. Man. But I'm gonna spend a little bit more time over here, see if I can catch a few, and then just work my way along this bank over here in this little backwater area. See what I can find today. There's one there. That's a better bluegill too. That's a better bluegill. That's a real nice bluegill. And he's been caught before, look at that. his eye. Huh. Well, glad to have him. There's one. That's a green sunfish. Yep, and there he goes. And I'm gonna have to go fish for him out of these weeds. Man. Try to pin it right against that building. They seem to be up underneath there. Get a few more casts here on this spot, and then I'll probably just start moving on. Although that was a terrible cast. If I can get a cast that's actually where I want it to be. And this is a struggle. Try to pin it right against that building. They seem to be up underneath there. Get a few more casts here on this spot, and then I'll probably just start moving on. Although that was a terrible cast. If I can get a cast that's actually where I want it to be. And this is a struggle. There we go, hit it right on the fall. If you can actually get it where you want your cast to go, catch some fish. It's another nice green sunfish. Right up underneath that door there. Not bad. I know they're not big fish, but man, they're a lot of fun to catch. Especially if you can do like this and just find a spot where they're stacked up and just catch them cast after cast. Okay, so he's got my minnow a little bit tore there. So I'm gonna try to get it straightened back on the hook. You want that thing to be on there as straight as you can get it. Otherwise it'll fall through the water column a little bit crooked. It won't look natural. You'll still get bites on it, but you won't get as many. Nope. Had one. There he is. Another green sunfish. Man, these guys are just stacked down in there. Looks like he might have got that hook a little bit deep. think I can get it free though if I get my pliers out, so I'm gonna work on this guy and try to catch some more. There we go. That's another real nice bluegill. Right up under that door. There's one. Getting me all tangled up in the weeds down there. But we got one. I just moved here to the other side of this building, so I haven't really gone anywhere. Changed my tactic at all. I haven't had enough fun, I guess, with these green sunfish. The occasional bluegill. I can get the hook out of this one, geez. And there he goes. There we go. Finally got me another one. Try not to drop this one so I don't have to go fish it out. They're getting smaller on me though. Might have to move on soon. Just hard to leave when you know you're on some fish. That one's a little guy there though. Try to get a couple more. There's something. Got a little bass. Thought I might find one of them through here. Of course, this one's nothing to write home about, but thought and he's barely hooked too. Thought I might find one back through here. Fishing with the gulp. Catch just about anything you want with these things. See if we can get another one. That's something. Just like that. That's a big bluegill there. Nice. Yeah, that's a nice bluegill. Look at that. Wow. For a public water bluegill. That is a big, big bluegill. I had a board. I'd measure that thing. Curious to know how long it is. That is a nice bluegill right there. Let him go. Oh, got something there. Another green sunfish. That's 3 casts in a row, 3 fish. 3 casts in a row, 3 fish. The middle of the afternoon, end of June. It's probably about 95 degrees out. I'm just out here catching fish. And catching a bunch of weeds. That gets kind of frustrating, but worth dealing with a few tangles if it means catch a few fish. Although that screwed my minnow up there. That's kind of, see how that's kind of tore my minnow up? I'll probably leave it on that side a little bit longer, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn that minnow upside down. Thread that thing on there backwards. And that'll increase the life that you get out of these things, being that they are sort of a real soft plastic. Don't tend to last too long, though they do last much longer than if... Oh, there's another one. They do last much longer than if you're out here fishing with live bait, so definitely worth the investment there. And I've been going through a few jig heads out here today. I've been getting caught in some
snags down there and different rock piles and stuff. And so I buy my jigs in bulk off eBay or Amazon or wherever I can find them for the cheapest that I can find them for. That way it's not costing me 20 bucks every time I come out here and go fishing. Guys, I got something on that's a little bit bigger than the last few fish I've caught. Not sure exactly what it is, but I think it may be a little bit bigger bass. If it is, I'd really like to keep him buttoned up and get my hands on him. But it can get a little bit dicey on this really light line. It's staying down though, kind of acts like maybe it might be a channel cat too. I don't know. I guess we'll know when we get a look at it if we do. But that right there, whatever it is, it's a little bit bigger fish. Little bit bigger fish. Hopefully I didn't have any abrasion on that line, so we can give ourselves the best chance possible to get him landed, whatever he is. Yep, that's a catfish. That's a catfish. Not exactly what I'm looking for out here, but man, they're a lot of fun on this ultralight rod. See, this is what I've been catching. I've been out fishing a different reservoir lately, trying to find some bigger, better quality blues. Haven't had any luck, and this is what I've been catching. A whole bunch of fish just like this, but I've been catching them on heavy catfish rods. 40-pound test line or whatever I have spooled. I think it's 40-pound line on my rods there. 8/0 circle hooks. And this on a 1/64 ounce jig head, number 8 hook, 2-pound test line, and an ultralight rod. It's a whole lot more fun this way. Although, I've got a lot of weeds in front of me and I don't know how I'm gonna land this fish. Try to drag him through the weeds, I guess, about my only option. There we go. Got him. I'll see if it'll calm down enough for me to get this hook out. I might get off this rock. Try and give myself some room to work up here in the shade. Some slack in the line there. Jig popped right out. He stole my dang minnow. I mean, that's almost identical to the cats I've been catching that other reservoir on my heavier tackle. It's a whole lot more fun to catch him this way. Get him back in the water. I might sit in the shade for a minute and drink some water. It's kind of nice. Well guys, I've got myself a break. Spent a little bit of time in the shade here. Feeling a little bit better. I'm gonna get back standing on this rock, make a few more casts here because there's obviously some fish here. So I'm going to make a few more casts here, see if I can catch a few more, and then I want to hit some of these shaded areas up along the bank, especially over there on that other side, before I get out of here. And then I'm going to get out of here. I mean, I've already caught several fish. I'm probably going to have to edit a lot of them out, or else it's going to be a very lengthy video. I'm going to go back to the house, avoid the worst part of the heat, and do some chores. So see if I can catch a few more fish and maybe get something a little bit bigger like that catfish again, get a little bit better bend in the rod. But regardless, whatever you catch on this setup, it's always a lot of fun. Let's see if we can get some more. There's one there. Another bluegill, I think. Nice bluegill. I'm getting tangled up in the weeds down there. Yeah, another nice bluegill. There's another one there. That's a unique looking bluegill there. Real pale. Still a lot of fun though, regardless what color they are. And this whole backwater creek here is probably just packed full of fish. I mean, I've barely covered any ground and I've caught so many. Probably gonna end up having to leave here while the fish are still biting, which is not something that I ordinarily do. Usually don't leave until the fish tell me it's time to leave, but I mean, I could probably just spend all day out here in this one little area and just catch fish after fish after fish. Which is why I love bluegill fishing, which is why I don't understand. There's another one there. It's another bigger one. That's probably another catfish. I was saying, I don't understand why more people don't like this kind, don't do this kind of fishing. I get that you want to catch some big fish. I mean, I love catching big fish as much as the next guy, but I don't know, everyone's about just having a cool picture for Facebook or something, or Instagram, I guess, or TikTok, whatever it is these days. I just want to catch a fish. That's another catfish. And catching a whole bunch of them out here today. Probably caught more fish out here today. Maybe a little bit prideful thing for me to say, but I probably caught more fish out here today than any of these other guys that are out on the main lake in their bass boats. Probably had a whole lot more fun too. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't know how much fun another person's having out here. It's not up to me to decide how much fun someone else has, but what I do know is that I'm having a lot of fun. Having a whole lot of fun catching these little 1 pound catfish on 2 pound line. Got our minnow back too. Not a big cat, but not a bad cat either. Okay, so here we gotta do it again. Them cats are, that's the one thing catching them on these ultralights, they're hard on your minnows, your little jig heads, but tore that minnow there, so I'm gonna turn it around. Oh. If I can get it on the hook properly. Almost have thumbs that are a little bit too big for fishing with these tiny little jigs. Oh, geez. All right, there we got it. Get back out there. Whoa, right there, I was pulling it out of the water. I had this guy come up and hit it. That's a big green sunfish right there. It's a shame I'm not keeping some catfish baits. That'd make an excellent flathead bait, make a great live bait. Look at that thing. It's your lucky day, Mr. Green Sunfish. Because I'm not keeping any bait today. Today, you are the target fish. There's one there. Right on that weed line. I let it fall back down right before I pulled it out. Got another real nice green sunfish right off that weed line. Another real nice fish. Guys, there's something that's really satisfying about coming to a new place. I've been here once before, but last time I came out here was in the middle of winter. I didn't have any luck, but I mean, it's a location where I can access the bank relatively easily. I'm in this little backwater area. There's no one else around me, though there are quite a few people on the main lake, but it's a weekend, so it's about to be expected. But I've got this whole little backwater area to myself. I've caught probably 20-30 fish back here already. Been out here for about a half hour. There's just something that's really satisfying about coming to a new place. Even though I haven't caught any real big fish out here, I'm catching fish, and I've never been here before, and there's just something about that that's a lot of fun, and it makes it more of an adventure. Something similar to like when you're up hunting in the mountains or
wherever you are, you want to get over the next hill or the next hump or the next ridge or ledge and see what's over there. Kind of the same thing here. I've been out on the same body of water for several trips now. Been trying to get something going, haven't been real successful with finding quality fish. Been fishing a river back on my family's property that I'm really familiar with and I have a lot of confidence in and know I can catch a lot of fish. But coming out here today, I didn't know what to expect, but I brought my ultralight rod, tied on a lure that I have a lot of confidence in, and I'm just fishing these areas that look like they would hold fish, and I'm just beating the banks and it's panning out. So I know I say it in every video, but highly encourage you, if you haven't already, to consider getting yourself an ultralight rod. And I mean, there's no better way to get out there and just have an opportunity to catch a lot of fish and just have a lot of fun. So, and I encourage you to explore a little bit, get out there, visit a place that you haven't been to before, and just keep it exciting and see, see what else you can find in a new location. It'll just keep it fun for you, keep it exciting, and as you can see, not too difficult to get on some fish and have a fun afternoon in a short amount of time.
There's one. And it's a nice bluegill. Look at that bluegill. Being on public water, it's some nice fish. There's one again. Every single cast, man. I can't not catch a fish out here. And they're big bluegill too. Look at that. I mean, it's just insane. That one ripped me off out of my minnow. That's just not okay. There's another one. They are just bulldog bluegill. They're really nice quality bluegill. Hard pulling fish. Every single cast. Look at that. Well, that one's got a bite mark on him. Something tried to eat that guy. Was not successful though. That's a survivor right there. It even survived getting caught by me. It's not coming home for bait. There he is. Yet another nice bluegill. Look at that thing. Holy cow. I mean, for public water, as he tries to get away. For public water, I mean, these are just quality bluegill. Another one, just like that. Man, I'm telling you, I've been standing on this one spot probably an hour now and just catching fish after fish after fish, and they're just, I mean, look at that bluegill. They're just quality fish. I mean, I can't not catch a fish out here. I know I'm a great fisherman and all, but I mean, even for me, this is a bit excessive. And for those of you that can't tell, that's sarcasm. There it is. Another one. I think that's like 6 or 7 casts in a row now. Without getting the lure back to me, without getting bit, and they've all been big, quality bluegill like that. I mean, that's just insane. I've never been on a bite like this. I mean, I have, but I've never been on a bite that lasted this long. I mean, they're just stacked in here. There must be hundreds of thousands of fish back in this little creek. And yet I'm the only fisherman back here. Got them all to myself. Middle of the afternoon. It's like 2 o'clock right now. 1 or 2 o'clock. Like 95 degrees. There they are again. How many in a row? I might not have to edit this video. I might just edit every other clip out and just use the clip from this one, like from the past 15 minutes. Just catching fish after fish after fish. That'll make for a real easy edit job.
Guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and probably call it at least a video, if not a trip out here today. I've been catching, I haven't made a whole lot of progress. Caught several fish over by that shed, came over here and been catching fish here just about every cast. And I've got so many fish now, it's going to take a while to edit out as many as I'm going to have to edit out to make this a manageable video for you all to watch. But had a great afternoon out here. Accomplished what I came out here to accomplish, which was get a tug on the line and catch some fish, being that it's been a few weeks since I've had the opportunity to get out here and do what I love to do, which is catch fish. Figure the ultralight setup and the little jig is probably the easiest way for me to get out here and have fun and catch some fish. So been a good afternoon for me. I think I'm probably going to go ahead and make a few more casts here in this area, see if I can catch a few more of these fish that are holding in this spot, and then maybe hit a couple of these little shaded areas before I get out of here. But I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll do it again soon.